The continent quaked as one small child became the prize of a grand conspiracy. This immense scheme aimed at Napoleon II, often known as the King of Rome, sought to exploit his lineage and undermine his father's vast influence across 17 nations, a plot thickening long before autumn leaves fell on 1813. The secret plan involved multiple European powers including Austria, Prussia, Russia, and Sweden, each seeing an opportunity to dismantle the First French Empire, a sprawling entity built over more than a decade of relentless conflict, strategic marriages, and political maneuvering. Unmasking this intricate network of spies and double agents revealed a chilling intent not merely to defeat Emperor Napoleon Bonaparte, but to isolate his only legitimate heir, ensuring a dynastic end to his ambitions for continental domination. The ultimate confrontation, the Battle of Leipzig, served as the stage for this titanic struggle, a 4-day engagement from the 16th to the 19th of October 1813, a period etched in history as the Battle of Nations and a true bloodbath. Nearly 600,000 soldiers clashed in and around the city, making it one of the largest battles in European history prior to the World Wars, a monumental assembly of armed forces. The Allied forces commanded a significant numerical advantage, deploying approximately 350,000 troops against Napoleon's 200,000, a disparity that proved devastatingly decisive. Over 100,000 casualties were recorded, a horrifying toll of human life, with tens of thousands perishing on both sides during relentless artillery barrages and close-quarters bayonet charges that tore through the landscape. This monumental defeat effectively sealed the fate of Napoleon's German territories, forcing his retreat across the Rhine, and beginning the final phase of his empire's collapse, a rapid unraveling. The pressure on the young Napoleon II, who was merely 2 years old at the time of the battle, was immense, though he was physically far from the fighting. His very existence was a potent political weapon for the conspiring monarchs. His father's grip on power, severely weakened by this massive loss, meant the conspirators' plans to manipulate the succession gained new traction and momentum. The Allied objective was clear: to break France's dominance and prevent any future resurgence under a Bonaparte, ensuring a lasting peace, or at least their version of it. The events surrounding Leipzig were not just a military engagement, but a strategic turning point marking the empire's reckoning, a dramatic and permanent shift in European power dynamics and international relations. It foreshadowed the end of an era, an end driven by a complex web of political intrigue, secret alliances, and a desperate struggle for control where even a child's future was a key piece on the grand chessboard of Europe. A 2-year-old boy became the most dangerous pawn on Europe's chessboard, a target of ruthless manipulation. The scheme to ensnare Napoleon II involved astonishing layers of deceit stretching across 4 major powers, including Austria, Prussia, Russia, and Sweden, who sought to unravel the French Empire's grip on 17 nations. Unmasking this intricate web of spies and double agents was a monumental task for those still loyal to Emperor Napoleon Bonaparte, and the revelations were truly chilling. The conspirators' intent went far beyond simple military victory. They aimed to isolate the child, ensuring a dynastic end to his father's ambitions for continental domination. This grand unmasking revealed a plot that had been thickening for months, even years, before the autumn of 1813. It exposed secret meetings, clandestine communications, and promises of territorial gain if France's power could be sufficiently crippled. The Battle of Leipzig, often called the Battle of Nations, proved the ultimate stage for this titanic struggle. A 4-day engagement from the 16th to the 19th of October 1813, a period etched in history as one of the bloodiest confrontations ever witnessed. Nearly 600,000 soldiers clashed in and around the city, making it Europe's largest battle prior to the World Wars. The Allied forces commanded a significant numerical advantage, deploying approximately 350,000 troops against Napoleon's 200,000, a disparity that proved devastatingly decisive in the gruesome fighting. Over 100,000 casualties were recorded, a horrifying toll of human life, with tens of thousands perishing on both sides during relentless artillery barrages and close-quarters bayonet charges that tore through the very landscape. This monumental defeat effectively sealed the fate of Napoleon's German territories, forcing his retreat across the Rhine, and beginning the final phase of his empire's collapse, a rapid and agonizing unraveling. The pressure on young Napoleon II, who was merely 2 years old at the time of the battle, was immense. Though he was physically far from the fighting, his very existence was a potent political weapon. His father's grip on power, severely weakened by this massive loss, meant the conspirators' plans to manipulate the succession gained critical new traction and momentum. The Allied objective was crystal clear: to break France's dominance and prevent any future resurgence under a Bonaparte ensuring a lasting peace, or at least their carefully constructed version of it. The events surrounding Leipzig were not just a military engagement, but a strategic turning point, marking the empire's reckoning, a dramatic and permanent shift in European power dynamics and international relations. It truly foreshadowed the end of an era, an end driven by a complex web of political intrigue, secret alliances, and a desperate struggle for control, where even a child's future was a key piece on the grand chessboard of Europe, a pawn in the highest-stakes game, a game that irrevocably altered the balance of power across the entire continent. This immense loss meant the imperial dream was dying. Europe's fate hinged on a 2-year-old boy. The grand plan to trap Napoleon II intensified rapidly after the bloody engagement at Leipzig, a battle involving nearly 600,000 souls. This titanic struggle from October 16th to 1813 saw 4 major powers, Austria, Prussia, Russia, Sweden, confront the French Empire. Their ultimate goal was to shatter Napoleon Bonaparte's iron grip on 17 nations across the continent, a truly monumental undertaking. The battle itself, a 4-day inferno of shot and steel, was a devastating reckoning. Allied forces numbering approximately 350,000 troops overwhelmed Napoleon's 200,000 men, a numerical disparity leading to unbearable human cost. Over 100,000 casualties were tallied, a horrifying testament to brutal fighting in and around Leipzig. This unparalleled devastation effectively ended Napoleon's German territories, forcing his army into a desperate retreat across the Rhine River, initiating the final agonizing phase of his empire's collapse. The pressure on young Napoleon II, though physically distant from the battlefields, became immense, as his very existence remained a potent political weapon for the conspiring powers. Their intricate web of spies and double agents had been diligently spun for many months, even years before autumn 1813, focused on ending his father's continental ambitions. Secret meetings and clandestine communications promised significant territorial gains for those who could sufficiently cripple France's immense power. The Allied objective was never clearer: a complete dismantling of French dominance and a firm prevention of any future resurgence under a Bonaparte ensuring a lasting peace, or their constructed version of it. Leipzig was not merely a military victory. It was a profound strategic turning point, marking the empire's absolute reckoning. This engagement dramatically and permanently shifted European power dynamics and international relations, foreshadowing an irreversible end of an era. The complex tapestry of political intrigue, secret alliances, and a desperate struggle for continental control saw a child's future become a pivotal piece on the grand chessboard of Europe. He was a small pawn in a highest-stakes game, irrevocably altering the balance of power across the continent forever. The immense loss at Leipzig meant the imperial dream was truly dying, a slow and painful demise for a once unstoppable force. The conspirators' elaborate schemes to manipulate the imperial succession now gained critical new traction and momentum following Napoleon's crushing defeat. Their cunning stratagems involved isolating the young king of Rome, ensuring he would never ascend his father's throne, neutralizing any future Bonaparte threat. This meticulous plot stretched its tendrils deep into Europe, affecting countless lives and shaping the destiny of nations for generations. The deception's scale was truly astonishing, involving countless agents and countless whispered promises beneath Knight's cloak. Every move was calculated, every secret shared, a step closer to their ultimate aim: to forever change the political landscape of a war-weary continent. The air after Leipzig crackled with urgency of new opportunities for those seeking to undo one of history's greatest military minds' legacy. The 2-year-old child became the silent centerpiece of this intricate post-battle political dance, a symbol of hope for allies and despair for dwindling loyalists of the French Empire. His innocent future irrevocably tied to machinations of powerful men seeking to reshape an entire world order, one calculated move at a time. The battle was won, but the war of succession had just begun. A silent, deadly conflict far from cannon's roar. One of history's most insane conspiracies continued to unfold with a child at its core. The grand European chessboard had never seen stakes so high, nor a pawn so young vulnerable. The ultimate prize was not merely land or power, but the soul of a continent. A new era was dawning, built on old ashes marked by the blood of 100,000 men. The legacy of Napoleon Bonaparte slowly dismantled piece by relentless efforts of his many powerful adversaries. The struggle for dominance now taking its final deadly turn, a truly irreversible course for Europe's future. Every single aspect of the plan designed to ensure no Bonaparte would ever again challenge the combined will of four great empires.